today's video, we're going to learn how to lube your bike chain. Find somewhere to prop your bike. Hang it on a tree branch, bike rack, some type of wheel stand. Best case scenario, use a bike stand. That's what they're there for. We want to get down and kind of really get in close, inspect the chain, look for major clumps of dirt. If you've got an extremely dirty chain, this is a point where I will say don't just lube it, clean it first. Step 3, this is when we adjust gears. On a 2 or 3 by, most likely we'll either use the middle or the big chain ring, and we will go to the smallest cog on the cassette. It gives us a decent pull, room to get our bottle of lube inside of here so you can get nice and straight over the top of the chain. Alright, now comes the part where we actually apply the lube. In this video I'm only going to show you how to apply a semi-dry lube, which is what I use is Rock and Roll Gold. It's one of my favorite lubes. I use it on all of my bikes. Same principle applies. The only difference is how you apply the lube. With a wet lube, you want to just do a little bit at a time on each of the rollers. With a wax lube, I highly recommend that you just follow the directions on the bottle. Wax lube is going to be a pain. Each one has kind of a different scenario on how it wants to be used. So for wax lubes, follow the directions on the bottle. Everything else, if it has directions, follow directions. If you use something like T9 Bow Shield or some of the other just kind of all-around general bike lubrications, those are wet lubes, and like I was saying before, just a little bit on each of the rollers as you spin the pedals around. After applying your lube, backpedal the bike a few times. Make sure we get that lube deep inside all those rollers. That's where we need it. That's where the money happens. This is the part that I see a lot of people miss. This one, you want to get yourself a nice clean rag, some paper towels, wrap it around your chain. Oops. Take 2. This is the part that I see a lot of people miss. Get yourself a clean rag, wrap it around the chain, apply a little bit of pressure. What we're doing here is we're wanting to clean any lube from off the side plates of the chain, as well as excess lube on the top or the bottoms of the rollers. We're not trying to lubricate the outside of the chain, we're trying to lubricate down inside the roller. Alright, now that we got that chain nice and lubed, ready to go, double check the instructions on your bottle. Some lubrications suggest a dry time, wax lubes, wet lubes, things like that. My lube, not so much. So once we're done with that, I'm just going to go get on our bike and go for a ride. So, a quick recap. Remember, prepare your bike somewhere that you can freewheel it, whether it be a tree branch, some pole somewhere, your bike rack, bike stand, or if you got some type of something that will hold the rear wheel up or at least prop it in such a way that you can freewheel backwards. Step 1. Step 2, inspect your chain. Make sure the chain's ready to go. Don't want it super dirty. Some cleaner lubes will help take care of some minor dirt, the big clumps, no. Step 3, lube your chain. Step 4, freewheel. Step 5, dry the chain off, or follow the instructions. If it says to leave it, some wax lubes will leave it. Otherwise, follow the instructions. After it's been dried, some chain lubes will have a sit time, let it sit. Otherwise, if it doesn't, get out and go ride your bike. As for me, I'm gonna go ride. So thanks for pedaling with me, and don't be like me, don't be a donut, always wear your helmet.